Alrighty. Now let's put my newly bought tube tester to work. It's not a very special one. It's Accurate Instruments Model 151, but I'm reasonably pleased with it. It looks clean and it still works. So okay, let's go through it one on one, and I'll tell you a little bit how to use it. I got a manual together with the tester, and as well in the manual as on a paper included by the one who originally refurbished this tester, they are quite explicit that you should test any tube for shorts first. So you put the switch to short, yeah, just to be on the safe side. So once you switched it on, which is with this switch, you put the left switch on short, and then locate the switch, or rather the specifications of the tube you want to test. And I looked up the equivalent for the tubes which are in my on the EverReady N3 chassis. There's a DK96 which happens to be a 1AB6. There's a DAF96 which is a 1AH5, but there are two 1AH5s, so I need to have a look why there are two. There's in fact a star or an asterisk marked to the first one, so we'll look it up, we'll see what it means. And then there's a DF96 which is a 1AJ4, and then to top it off there is DL96, and that is the equivalent of a 3C4. Alright, so what do they say in the manual? They say turn the filament switch okay, to the position specified in the column filament. Alright, so we're going to test, let's see, the DK96, first one on the list, which is this one. Okay, we're going to test this one first. Right, so the DK96, as you can see, needs a filament setting of A. Okay, we set the filament switch to the position A, and in fact it's already on a good position. Then they say you need to put the type on the triangle. Okay, so we put the type onto triangle. Right, then they say put them into socket number 5. Right, we locate the socket number 5 and we put the tube into it. This is not as easy as it looks. Okay, there you go. It's in the socket number 5. Now, what do they say? Put it either into the square or triangle. Throw the test slide switch up to its short position, which it is. Insert the tube to be tested in the correct socket, which we did, and rotate the selector switch through each of the positions, noting the short indicator lamp. A glow in any of its positions, except those listed in the disregard, indicates a short in the tube. Okay, well, let's do just that. Here's the switch, and here's the short indicator. So we're going to rotate this switch through all these positions up to TC. Alright, so let's see what the indicator says. Aha, position 7 makes the short indicator light up. Okay, now I'm at TC, no further glow or anything. Right, let me see. Position 7. AB5. Aha! They say disregard indicator lighting for position 7. Ah, well, that's good. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to set the sensitivity to 60, but since I tested a few other mini tubes, it was on the right sensitivity. So, okay, so there you are. So what you need to do, you test it on for shorts first. So you put this switch to shorts, then you put this switch all the way back to 1. You put the sensitivity switch to the right position. But in fact, when you test for shorts, is really irrelevant, this one. It's only when you want to test it functioning that you need to put it to the right sensitivity. Then you need to choose the right filament. And when you're done with all that, you put the tube into the socket, and well, you put the switch, well, you already put the switch to short, and then you switch it on, or you just insert the tube and that's it. Once that is done, you rotate the selector switch through all the positions, keeping this short indicator until it burns permanently. If it burns permanently, you might have a short, but to be certain there is a short, you need to check this. And if the paper says, or the column says, you know, 5, 4, 67, if the column disregard says disregard position 7, then you're good to go, at least for this tube. For another tube it could be 5 or 8 or 2, 6 and 7, like you see. But okay, now to test whether the tube is good or not, let's see. I need to put the sensitivity dial to 60, and that's okay. Yeah, I need to put the selector to 4. That's okay. I need to put the filament to A, the selector switch, the type switch to triangle. That's done. Okay, and so now we test by putting this switch to regular, REG. Let's do this. Ooh, this is not so good. In fact, this is not good at all, because the reading says the tube is bad. Well, okay, so the DK96 is not so good. We'll have to replace it. Okay, let's see now for the other tubes.